Laba diena mano vardas. Well, as you can tell, I am now in Kaunas. Yes, the second place visiting and staying in Lithuania. And so where I'm heading to? Well, I am on my way to the Devil's Museum, also known as the house of Antanas Mudžanavičius. And so, yeah, this is where I'm going. I'm going to the Devil's Museum. And the story goes that Antanas Mudžanavičius is a painter and an artist and a collector of all the artifacts. He also collected all the statues, masks, and all the artifacts all related to the devil. And so all of the devil artifacts have been collected from across the world, all here to Kaunas. And so this is where we're going, to the Devil's Museum. We're nearly there. We're getting very close to the Devil's Museum, and so we will see if it's opened or closed. Here we go. Just as we're about to enter the house of Mudžanavičius, or let's say Antanas Mudžanavičius, you see Mudžanavičius, half of him as a painter and the other half as a soldier. And so, yeah. Right, time for me to cross the road. Yes, here it is, the Devil's Museum. And we're about to find out what it's really all about. Mudžanavičius Creations and Collections Museum, Devil's Museum. The Museum of Works and Collections of Antanas Mudžanavičius, 1876 to 1966, was opened in 1966 in his house, built after the project of the famous architect Vytautas Landsbergis Žemkalnis. The memorial house exhibit introduces to the life of the painter and his family. The home and workshop environment of the 1920s and 1930s has survived, and you find here authentic pieces of furniture, various interior details of that time. The artist's legacy comprises about 2,000 works, and most mature of which present the realistic trend. He painted landscapes, portraits, thematic compositions, created graphic artworks, made numerous book designs, participated in the context of money, postal stamps, posters, equity creation. One of the most famous collections of Antanas Mudžanavičius is the collection of devils. In 1982, the whole set was moved from the artist's house to a separate extension, architect Algirdas Mažeika, which was named by the museum visitors the Devil's Museum. This is the only museum in the world that contains more than 3,000 devils, which are the works of fine and applied art, souvenirs, masks. The museum has an appealing tradition. Guests may donate a devil to the museum. Unfortunately, it seems that the museum is closed because due to construction works. I think what they're trying to do, they're trying to renovate the whole museum place so that it will be fully renovated. And so, pity that. Well, looks like I'm gonna have to go to Kaunas Castle instead. What a pity, because I would love to go inside the Devil's Museum at some point, because it's one of those places I've never been there, and it would have been for a lifetime. But of course I might just as well come back to Kaunas once again if need be, maybe next year, well, or even 2 years time for that matter, but we will see. But for now, let's just go to Kaunas Castle. Now, before I go to Kaunas Castle, now the thing about the devils in Lithuania is that it's very different to the Christian concept of the devil. You know, in Christianity, the devil seems to be a very evil monster which corrupted the minds of other people. But in Lithuania, they're just little creatures, prankish and stupid little creatures who often play tricks on you or even guide you if you're very lucky. And of course, there's another legend of the devil in Lithuania, and that happened at Devil's Stone. The Devil's Stone, which is this big boulder where all the local people, or let's say the local men, have been challenged to a game of chess, invited by the devil, or even challenged by the devil. If the local person defeats the devil in a game of chess, then the devil will guide his way through. But if he loses, then the devil will forever trick the person all the time. So they were like pranksters more than just evil, like what you see in Christianity. And so this shows the difference between the devil in Lithuanian culture compared to the devils across the world. Because this states the fact that Lithuania being the last pagan country in Europe to give up paganism in favor of Christianity in 1387, as I said before. And so, as you could see, in Lithuania, you can tell that how different it really is compared to most European countries, or even to a lot of places in America. And of course, the Devil Museum, being very well known in Lithuania, a lot of die-hard Christians will freak out big time. But of course in Lithuania, it's just normal. The devil is just like a best friend, or let's say just a little prankster who just likes to play tricks on people, and that's it. The statue of Vytautas the Great, Grand Duke of Lithuania since 1392, Christianized after he was pagan and he became a Christian, Grand Duke of Lithuania, cousin of Jogaila, and he's also the elected king of Czechia since 1422. And so here it is, Vytautas at the very top, and here are the other warriors and knights after the victory over the Teutonic Knights at the Battle of Grunwald in 1410. And so Lithuania, along with Poland, defeated the Teutonic Order at the Battle of Grunwald in 1410. Well, I'm on my way to Kaunas castle, the castle which played a major role during the Lithuanian wars against the Teutonic Knights, because it was the time when the German Crusaders tried to conquer Lithuania and also convert them to Christianity, because we all know that Lithuania, being the last pagan country to hold out against Christianity. And so I'm about to take you to Kaunas castle, where it played a major role in many different sieges, and one of them was the siege of Kaunas castle in 1362. And so this is where we're going. This is it, my friends. We're getting very close to Kaunas castle, because further ahead I can see the big sign of Kaunas with a statue with it. And so, yeah, what I'm about to experience, or even to witness, is the fact that we're heading towards Kaunas castle, and it's further ahead, just beyond that cafe and stuff. Right, I'm gonna cross the road because there's a zebra crossing, and check it out. Here it is, the big red flag with the Grand Duke of Lithuania in the horizon. And as you can tell, there's a tower, the very pointy roof sticking out of the trees. That's Kaunas castle. Here we go, Kaunas castle. Here we come. The bastion, the defender of paganism against the Teutonic Order. Here it is, Kaunas castle.